The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the raw and uncensored Ambitchious podcast. I'm your host, the original HBIC, Katie Boyd. During our time here together, I will be instilling all of the strength, power, and determination you will need to use the very stones thrown at you to build your ultimate empire. We will redefine the word bitch from the derogatory to the acronym being in total control of herself. So let's adjust our crowns and prepare to live life ambitiously. Oh yeah, here I am, the original HBIC, Katie motherfucking Boyd. And over here is really, truly the gift that keeps on giving.
The guest that will never leave.
Nope, the boil on the ass of society.
How could you even say that to me? I am like the best.
Matt, hashtag Big Bernard Babine. Here he is. Here he is.
You kill me every time.
Oh, I'm going to kill you all right. Talking about death. Today is all about death to the old ways. Top 5 ways to kill off bad habits. Do you guys like my glasses? I can't see what is going on, but I can read. This is my new look. Hi, Dave. How are you, sir? So we're going to talk about how I think, in my opinione,
yes,
the top 5 ways to kill off all old bad habits. But before we start, I want to read the iTunes Ambitchious Podcast Review of the Week. And it is from Livy Sharon, and she says, Tuesdays are the best days because I know I get to listen to the HBIC. Katie teaches me lessons, makes me laugh, and always reminds me to keep it real. And when I need guidance and help, I know I have an ambitious episode heading my way to shine some light on this world. Hearing Katie's stories gives me hope and lets me know I am not alone in my journey. I've said it once and I'll say it 1,000 more times. We need more people like Katie Boyd in this world.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's possible because bad things might happen.
That was really sweet.
That was really sweet. I love you, Livy. Email me at themisfitclub@gmail.com to redeem your $100 gift certificate to use towards anything KBMFC related. So that could mean a membership, a call, a FaceTime. Just email me. You know what's up. So
awesome.
We have some really cool stuff coming down the pike. But before I start, I just want you to take a look at my tatas. What do you think about this? It's pretty good, right?
Yes, it is.
Would you like one?
It's yes, I would love a t-shirt.
Yours is in the works. You're not even looking at the shirt. It's such perversion. It's really such perversion.
I can't help myself. What do you want from me?
If you want to rock an Ambitchious tee, go over to the show notes and you can follow that link and you can purchase your very own Ambitchious t-shirt.
I was actually just hypnotized. I was just like a lure.
Yeah. Tune in Tokyo. Tune in Tokyo. So we have some really cool things coming down the pretty pink pipeline at Katie Boyd's Misfit Club. And obviously, like I say, every time that we go live on this podcast, every month during the full moon, we have a sound healing. So just go over to kbmfc.com and check out the events page and come over and get your healing on. You know, everyone's just bitching and complaining about like, my life sucks, I can't get my shit together. And I'm like, I'm giving you all the tools, i.e. sound healing, i.e. the podcast, and every other damn thing that I do on a daily basis. And if you're not picking up the proper tools to heal, then shut the fuck up and stop complaining, seriously.
Especially now, because so many people are so stressed out, you know? And I see it every day in work.
Matt will call me and he'll go, stay off the roads today. Shit's weird.
People are
Shit's
freaking
weird.
Crazy.
No, it's so crazy.
So crazy.
So sound healing every month around the full moon. And then we have on May 5th, we have an incredible spirit day. It's going to be from 10 in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The shit we do on that day is so deep, is so real, and people have truly life-changing experiences. Again, go over to KBMC on the events page And what else do we have coming up?
And they come back for Spirit Day many, many times.
Yes,
I mean,
it's not a
always
one-time
something
only.
new.
No,
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And then Portugal's coming.
Oh, I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
Matt's
about
just
Portugal.
excited for the food.
Food and the wine
Yeah.
and, the dolphins. We're going to swim with the dolphins. I'm really excited about that.
That's all Matt cares about. He's like, I want to get white girl wasted. I want to eat pork and cheese, and I want to swim with the dolphins.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes, why not?
You're a simple guy.
I'm very simple.
It's the small things in life that really get you going.
Small things that juice me. I don't need much.
So Portugal retreat is going to be 1 week in October. We're flying out of Logan to St. Michael, where my family's from in the Azorian Islands. And we're going to take a smaller plane over to Pico, and it's going to be 1 week of bliss, food, wine, meditation, yoga, swimming with dolphins.
I was just going to say, don't forget the dolphins.
Whale watching.
Don't forget Flipper.
Yeah, we're going to a vineyard one day. We're going to caves, and we're going to drag Matt down there.
I am not going into caves.
Scared shit of caves.
We were in Cuba. I never went in that cave.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
I'm out of here.
We
You
went-
guys enjoy the cave. I'll be on the other side with a nice cigar and a nice glass of whatever I can drink.
Rum.
Mostly rum.
We went to these caves in Cuba during Christmas time 2 years ago, and we all went in, and Matt's like, I'm not fucking going in there. And I was like, don't be a pussy. It's not that bad. And he was like, fuck you. And then we all came out, and I was like, I don't feel well. And Matt was like literally sitting, smoking a cigar, like drinking rum and like talking to like guys in Spanish. He didn't even know what he was saying. He just kept being like, me gusta, me gusta, me gusta. I'm like, you prick, you're drunk and you're smoking. And we were all like gray from being in that cave.
I know how to keep things simple.
But this cave in Portugal is going to be different. There's going to be little people there. And they're going to accost you and take you to their land.
I'll be looking for a cigar that
They're going to be like, oh my God, it's Big Bernard. We gotta bring them. We gotta bring them downtown.
Bring them in there. Bring them in there.
God. So yeah, so Portugal's coming up. So check that out too. And obviously, how lucky are you to go on vacation with me for a week?
It's going to be awesome.
Because I know how to vacate. Let me tell you, that's one thing I do know how to do. And we have a great summer camp coming up. It's July 22nd to the 26th. Jill Coletti and Kristen Tellier, my soul sisters, are going to be running that shit. It's going to be incredible.
Yes.
So, if you want to get rid of your kids for a week during the summer,
it's going to be awesome.
Go to the beach, tan, smoke some butts, get rid of your kids. Jill and Kristen will take really good care of them.
Kids will have pizza, fun, makeup day,
makeup day. What is this makeup day? You keep saying this shit. Matt, you don't even know what you're talking about.
I know. I've done many camps in my life, and I know that this face
just because your camp had makeup day, which
are you guys going to have makeup day?
So weird. I don't even know what you're talking about. No, they're not having makeup day, Matt.
Scratch the makeup day.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
It's going to be incredible.
It's going to be spiritually enlightening. It's going to be amazing. Your kids are going to be leaders by the end of that week, and there's no freaking makeup day.
The day I'm coming, I'm bringing makeup. now I made it a mission. I'm coming on one day.
Matt is Coco Chanel. He's like, I'm doing the makeup. That was Russian. That wasn't French at all.
I actually did the lady from, what do you call it, that cartoon movie we saw with the kids last year.
What was it?
I got to make you a new suit.
Oh, The Incredibles.
The Incredibles. That lady that was the designer. I love her.
Karina was supposed to be that for Halloween this year when we were dressed up. She bailed on us.
She bailed on us.
Damn bitch.
It's all right.
So that's what we have coming up, and there's so much more stuff coming up, but I don't want to overwhelm you because I want to get to the point of today's podcast, and that is death to the old ways. The top 5 ways that I use, not so much Matt, but I use to get rid of bad habits, because Matt is just one bad habit after another. Every time I look at him, he has his hands down his pants on the couch. He's picking his nose.
That's not a bad habit to me. That's relaxation.
Literally, the other day we were watching Netflix, and I looked over at the couch. He was on another couch in our sitting room, and his finger was so high up his nose. I swear to God, he was scratching his brain. I'm like,
I think a bug.
Do you think I want to bang you after you're picking your damn nose?
Listen, it was an itch. It was an itch.
In your what? Like your cerebral cortex, for Christ's sake?
I had some makeup stuck in my nose.
From all that makeup day, from all those summer camps.
All those summer camps, many years, it got all caked up there. I had to get it out of there.
I really honestly can't even stand you. All right, let's get on with this. What is it called? Dog and Pony Show.
Yeah, Dog and Pony Show.
I learned a new word.
Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Ed Sullivan. Yeah. So, old habits die hard. Have you guys ever heard that? Old habits die hard. Well, that's an old saying that was thrown around the Boyd home profusely. profusely. And I don't even remember like what context it actually was said in, but I just remember hearing that phrase over. Do you ever hear that phrase in
I've heard
the
it
Baybines
before.
home?
And I don't think I heard it in the Baybines home.
No, you heard other. Other phrases.
I've heard many of other phrases we can come up with. What a shit show.
Oh, Lordy. So is this true, or do we just have to come to the realization that breaking a bad habit is more about replacing the bad habit with a new, empowering one, not white knuckling it until your boobs fall off? Because this is what we do, right? We're like, we have to get rid of this bad habit. We have to get rid of this bad habit. And it's like, the bad habit is just really like almost like your computer having a virus. Instead of, trying to get rid of that old software, just install new software.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
So Matt's going to chime in every so often. Probably a bunch of lies.
All truth. All truth. Not a bunch of lies.
God, Matt. Truth.
True. Mm-hmm. Truth bomb's going to be hitting.
So here are my top 5 ways. My first one is cut out as many triggers as you can. So for me, when I was writing this podcast alone, not with my husband, just alone, me writing the podcast, I was thinking of like, well, what are some of my triggers? And like one thing in the last month that I stopped doing is I stopped weighing myself. And we've had this conversation with a lot of the girls at Katie Boyd's Misfit Club. So every day I would like get up, I would take a pee, and then I would like stand like fully like bollocky bare ass naked on the scale, and I would be like, fingers crossed, I hope I like the number. And the number that I saw on the scale would literally tell me, are you going to have a good day or are you going to have a bad day? Now, mind you, I train hundreds and hundreds of women all over the world. And if they told me that they were doing this, I would literally smack the taste out of their mouth. I'd be like, what are you doing this for? But I'm a fucking hypocrite and I do it too. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, this is not serving my highest, greatest good anymore. Like, what do I do with this? And I hid my scale and I'm like, I'm not freaking weighing myself anymore. I'm going to just go by how I feel and how my clothes fit.
Absolutely. And what do you do? Weigh yourself like every month or something like that? Or when will you weigh yourself, if you're going to weigh yourself at all?
Matt,
I'm just curious for me. This is a question for me because I hate
you should try damn weighing yourself
freaking skill myself. So I just, I don't go on it for another reason.
Yeah, but you are stupid, right? Because you go on after you eat like Thanksgiving dinner and he's like, I'm going to go weigh myself. I'm like, do you really think that's a freaking good idea?
That's called, what do you call it?
Self-sabotage.
Self-sabotage or a beat. Oh, well, I might as well just give up.
Matt goes to Ralphie's. He gets an extra large chicken parm and a plate of raviolis. He goes home and he's like, I think I'm going to go weigh myself. I'm like, you're a sick fuck. Seriously.
That's my punishment.
I mean, yeah, weigh yourself like once a month just to see where you're at.
That's not my question. You didn't have to go on a whole thing.
Well, I just answered it.
The shit out
because
of me.
I have bad tendencies and I could get like James' 600-pound life extremely easy.
James.
Malik.
Oh, Malik.
Yeah.
I know who James is from 600.
You'd be like washing me with a damp cloth every day. Like if I let myself really be who I wanted to be.
Get the hell out of here.
Oh, what? Are you kidding me?
I know you, and that's not you.
I literally just said to Kristen in the parking lot, I'm like, did you see the friggin' thing on Love and Flowers Instagram? They had like these Rice Krispie treats with all this shit on top. And she's like, I can't follow them. I'm like, don't.
Don't follow them.
Jamie, we love you. We love all your sweet treats, but sometimes you ruin my life.
Food. So good.
Because I just black out and I'm just like, oh my God, I can't stop. And Matt was like, Katie, those were for my clients. I'm like, too bad for them.
Suckers.
Too bad for them. Matt's like, have you been smoking pot all day? I'm like, yeah, I'm high. That's why I ate all that. No, I'm just out of control. So cut out the triggers, man.
Yeah.
What are your triggers?
Oh, well, I have a bunch. So
Tito's vodka,
eating bad foods.
Tito's.
Like I think you mentioned, like really putting in a new program, right? So if I'm not drinking, which is not too often, but if I have to stop, if I'm not drinking, whatever the case, it makes me sound like an alcoholic. If I'm not drinking, I will replace it with something else. And I found out that soda water.
What did you replace it with?
Soda water. I had soda water. Or did I add the soda water to the vodka? I can't remember. But I definitely changed it up. So I did change it. I don't know exactly how.
Do you see what I deal with?
All kidding aside, I did. I was when I wasn't drinking for a week or something like that, or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever.
When did that happen? Fucking Carter administration?
Five
when I wasn't even born yet?
5 months. And I would just drink the soda water, and it was very refreshing. But it gave me the same thing. I had the habit of coming home, sitting down, having a drink, and I would have that for a drink. Eating bad foods, I mean, you take care of that because you're an amazing cook. You put always good stuff in front of me, so I don't worry about that. My temptations are outside, but actually I'm pretty good about food. I don't get juiced about certain things. Every now and then I do want Chinese food, or I do want chicken palm.
Oh my god!
And Rav and what do you call it? Yeah, raviolis.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the next day, we'll be laying in bed and we'll wake up and he will rip a fart that would literally, it's like a sonic boom.
Oh, it is
like
a sonic.
The whole duvet goes up.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck did you eat? And he goes, chicken fingers. and he's like, I don't understand. Like he'll say to me, I don't understand why I have gas. I'm like, dude, you deep-throated a whole plate of raviolis last night. Like, you don't think the gluten is affecting your stomach? Not even a little bit.
It was worth every moment. Maybe not so much for you the next day, but for me it was very good.
Pull my finger, Big
another trigger is negative self-talk, right? If negative self-talk is a trigger, right?
Yes.
So, and you mentioned installing, we catch each other, but, probably, I don't know, 10% of the time maybe, because, your mind's always going.
Right.
But installing something that's positive, in your mind if something comes up that that you notice, right?
Absolutely.
That's huge, and that's making a big change. And working out, if you're gonna work out, I always say, like you say, put your stuff right there. So you just have to get out of bed, get in your clothes, and then go.
That's what Matt does. He gets up in the morning and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna work out later tonight. I go, bitch, you're not gonna work out.
No,
if you don't go now, you're not gonna go later. Then he's
Morning.
like, I am. I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna go right to the gym. He comes home and he's like, yeah, I'm just going to skip and I'm just going to do more tomorrow. I'm like, oh my God, shoot me.
Well, I figured I was off the hook now that the fucking skill is gone.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I can just live my best life, really.
We have no skill in the house. This is beautiful. I don't have to wear myself.
Doing the truffle shuffle. Nice. All right, let's move on. I'm over you.
That was a good one.
So number 2, find better peer groups. This is so hard. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you know how it is. So you're like, I'm trying to be so good. I'm trying to be so good. And then you go out to lunch with your friends. And then one of the girls is like, this just happened the other day. I'm just going to throw my friend Fatima under the bus. Fatima, if you're listening, I love you. You're not here right now, so you're free game.
Oh, here she comes. No, just kidding.
No shit, right? Let me get it up before she walks up the stairs. So we all went out. We had a Reiki share last week, and we all went out to dinner, and everyone was being so behaved, really, really so behaved. And then Fatima, you could just tell she's just white knuckling it because there was a family next to us that was eating bread and they were really fucking getting into it. And I was just watching her watch this guy slather the butter all over the bread. And she's halfway done with her food and she slams her hand on the table. She goes, I don't care anymore. I'm just going to eat this bread.
And she was with all her peer group. She was with all her friends, right? She was with all her friends that were working together with food and stuff like that.
So I was just like, Fatima, don't do it. She's like, I don't care. I don't care. She goes, because we had a couple glasses of wine, and she goes, if I don't have bread, I'm going to get drunk. And I go, just stop drinking what you're drinking. Don't eat the bread. Dude, she ate this bread there was no tomorrow coming. And then she texts me the next day. She's like, I feel like poop. I'm like, yeah, of course you do. But usually because I'm so bad, I'm such a follow the follower. So I'm like, oh, she's eating bread. Fuck it. I'll eat bread too. Right?
Absolutely.
One night we all went out for dinner at the Bancroft in Burlington. Was it Fatima's birthday? It was Fatima's birthday. And the bread there is so bomb.
Oh,
and we just kept telling the guy, bring more bread, bring more bread, bring more bread.
Those Parker house rolls. Drenched in butter.
Oh my God.
Hot.
So Fatima
Killer.
is Portuguese, and the guy that was one of our, the guy that was running the bread, he was Brazilian. So she told him in Portuguese, oh, she's pregnant. Just keep bringing the bread about Kristen. And Kristen was sitting there with a big, I think it was an old fashioned or something. And he just looked at her and looked at Fatima and he was like, oh, okay. She's pregnant, she's drinking, she's eating bread. All right. So what I'm saying is sometimes it's fun to be naughty, but when you hang out with a bunch of assholes, sometimes you go down in the shit pit with them, and the shit pit has lots of bread and sweets and cakes and pies.
Yes, it does.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So sometimes you got to temper how much you're hanging out with people and who you're hanging out with. I love each and every one of you here, by the way. I'm just busting balls.
I just don't go on a diet.
But do you notice that? Sometimes, and yours might not be with food. It could be with alcohol. It could be with sometimes I get around people who have negative self-talk and I can start getting into it too. And I'm like, oh no, it's rubbing off on me.
Yeah. But you notice it more. You notice it more now because of your practices and so forth. Yeah, absolutely. That was a good one.
We're moving on. We're moving on because I don't think you have any
No,
really good notes.
No,
or
I
anything great
actually
to
do
say.
have really good notes, and but I thought we could end it there too.
Okay, perfect. All right, number 3, join forces with someone. Sometimes success can be a lonely road. It's true, it really, really is. And, that's why I think it's way more fun if you join forces with someone who also wants to attain a similar goal. We can call them a success buddy.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. Say like, hey, girlfriend, do you want to help me not eat bread? Like take it to my face.
Is a success buddy like a thunder buddy?
Yeah, it's very similar to
Very
Thunder
similar,
Buddy.
right? I feel like I'm going under, and I need some help.
You
right?
were Pearl's Thunder Buddy yesterday.
yeah,
We had
God.
a really bad thunderstorm. Pearl was
She was,
so
like,
scared.
Petrified.
Every time the thunder would,
Oh God, she
and
was
Matt
going
was
ballistic.
like, "It's okay, it's
Yeah,
okay,"
yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
"Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to sleep."
Get out of here! You were the one that took her out.
I
You
know,
took
I
her
felt
up
bad for
there
her.
and
She's so
put her
precious.
under the covers.
But yes.
Trying to act like a tough.
A success buddy is kind of like a thunder buddy.
Okay,
Yeah. So you guys join forces and you say, "Okay, we're going to hold each other accountable, and one of us gets off the rails."
You're gonna beat
We're
the
gonna
shit
call,
out of me.
yeah, call me to the carpet. Well, don't you think in friendships, we all just bullshit each other? We're like, "You're great, you're great, you're great," and then it's not helping the other person come up.
Right? Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. You need accountability, and I think that's a great idea.
And you have great guy friends that are all hold each other accountable,
Oh, big time.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have your little weekends
Yep.
at Petey's.
Yep.
where you eat
PD's
fried
weekends
clams and talk about business.
Cabot and Jeremy, and get together and hang out.
Yep.
It's nice.
Drink
It's
a lot of
nice.
martinis.
Drink a lot of martinis. That's not a diet day. That's usually a business talk day.
Fatima's here.
Hey, Fatima.
Fatima, did you just hear me? I threw you under the bus. She said, "Oh, you're lucky I love you."
We threw her under the bus is right. It is.
So I love you, Fatima. Oh my God. And number 4. Okay, so this is a really good one. Use the word but, not B-U-T-T, B-U-T. Don't get your fucking heads out of the gutter, seriously. So one way that I use to battle bad habits is to use the word but to overcome it. So when we slip up, we start judging ourselves. It's just human nature. So if every time we screw up and we go on this self-bashing spree, then we never ever feel good enough, and we are really never probably going to go to the next level, right?
Right.
So that is where the word but comes into play. So let me explain. So if you're like, "I'm so fat. My ass looks like 2 squirrels fighting in a wet paper bag. I look like a Titleist golf ball." I hear all this shit all the time at the gym, and I'm just literally like, where the fuck do you come up with this shit? Right? So if you're saying this stuff, you can say something bad, but you have to use the word but. So if you say, "I'm so fat and full of cellulite," right? Say, "But I could be in shape in only a few months from today."
That's
Or
good.
some people will say, "I'm so stupid, I'm so dumb, I'll never be able to start my own company, but I am working on developing the skills I need." Or I hear this a lot, "I suck, I'm the worst, I'm a failure, but everyone who is successful has failed more than once."
And I think it's awesome to put that but in there because it starts to change that language slowly but surely, right? It's installing that new software,
That's
that
right.
one word of but, and it starts to change the trajectory of where your thoughts are going.
Absolutely.
And sooner or later, and then you won't even say the first part anymore, like "I am stupid"
No.
or "I am this" or "I am whatever negative." You get that, you start to wean it away,
Yes.
right? Like my soda water for a martini.
Oh, Jesus,
Right?
Lord and Joseph, help me.
I got great stuff over here.
The other day, he's like, "I think I'm going to take it easy tonight. I think instead of a vodka martini, I'm going to have a gin martini." I'm like, wow, you're living on the edge.
Changing it up. Changing it up. Now I'll be in Betty Ford tomorrow.
Oh, my God.
Everyone will be calling me going,
You're like-
"Oh, babe, we think you have a problem."
You're like
You need
Sandra Bullock
you
from
need to go
28
off
Days.
28 days. I'm shaking, hiding the bottles in the house.
Matt will say, I'll be reading something. He'll be like, "Do you really think that the alcohol causes inflammation?" I'm like, every study in the world proves that alcohol consumption causes inflammation.
It's just like something you just don't want to hear. I don't want to hear that raviolis are bad for you either.
Dude,
but apparently,
I
there may be
know.
a problem.
Yeah, you're like Wilford Brimley. Diabetes.
I don't know.
Diabetes.
I don't want any
Some of you are
diabetes.
too young and don't know who Wilford Brimley is. Is that his name?
Yes, Wilford.
Diabetes. Number 5, plan for the future. So do not beat yourself up for falling backwards. Plan for it. This is something I've been doing a lot, and I feel so much better about myself. So we all get off track sometimes, right? Yeah. Okay. Everyone's shaking their head in the audience right now.
Absolutely.
And even the most high performance people and the most successful people do. So for me, like food is definitely one of my triggers. I will out myself. I am a food addict. I have always used food to tamp it down, right? So for me, like I would, be so good all week and then I would like blow it on something so stupid and I would just be like, fuck it, it's over. And then I would just go into the shit pit of cakes and pies and Doritos.
My favorite is when I blow it. It's on a Monday, and it's like a Monday at 7:00.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God, why?
I blew it already, so I'll start again next Monday. But it's only Monday at 7:00, so I'll wait another 7 days. I'm not screwing up the apple cart. I got another week to eat whatever shit I want.
You're the worst lady man ever. That is like something a girl does.
No, I will wait.
Men don't usually do that.
Monday is. Don't tell me. Everybody I know does it.
Really?
Yes.
Seriously?
Monday is the day.
Okay, so Monday you do well
Right,
all
guys?
day.
Monday is the day.
Yeah.
You always start on Monday.
Oh, and when Monday is the first day of the month, I even get hornier. Because it's like really like, oh yeah, I'm going to start this.
First start. Then you have to wait till the next month.
Then you have to wait till the next month that the Monday is the first of the month.
It's good going for years. This would be beautiful,
Oh, it's
right?
100%.
I'll be 500 pounds, but who gives a shit?
That's like I only start when the Halley's Comet comes around every 87 years. Oh my God. But you do. No, we all do that, right?
Yeah. You talk all these things, you talk yourself into all this crap.
So this is what you got to do. You got to plan for it. So instead of like waiting for a bad day to come and then you make cake soup. Do you know what cake soup is?
No, but it sounds delicious.
You take a carton of ice cream and a whole entire cake and you put it in a bowl and you wait till it all melts and then you eat it and cry. Cake soup has gotten me through so many breakups and bad days.
I've never witnessed the cake soup. So
you know who does cake soup?
Who?
Kathy Griffin.
Oh, is that
she
right?
needed some cake soup after that. Yeah.
She had some tough times.
Yep. But so listen, here's what you do. You say to yourself, okay, I'm going to be on point. Don't say I'm going to be good because that doesn't mean you're good or bad. All right. Just say I'm going to be on point all week. And then this Saturday, I am like really craving like deep dish pizza or fried clams and onion rings, or I want like coconut cream pie from the Capitol Grill.
The best.
Yum.
Yeah.
Do it. And then just say like this Saturday, I'm going to dress up. I'm going to blow my hair out. I'm going to get my nails did. I'm going to like make it an event.
Yep.
Go balls deep.
Yep.
And then just wake up the next morning like it never happened.
And that's what I always say. I say, listen, I'm going to get my sweatsuit on, loose pants. I'm going to go eat and eat and eat.
Oh, you're going down a bad... Matt's like
joking.
Big Pussy from The Sopranos. He's like, you like my matching swishy outfit?
I need a swishy outfit.
You know what I'm talking about?
On those days, you need a swishy outfit. Nice and loose. You just go there and you just kill it. Right?
Oh, yeah.
You get dressed up and I just
then your farts get trapped in the swishy outfit because there's no way for anything to escape that material.
That's a horror show. Oh, that's nasty.
So listen, Ambitchious, no one is perfect.
Stay out of your sweatsuit.
No one is No, sometimes you need a good sweatsuit day. I'm not kidding. I got some sweatpants that the ass is blown out. So listen, and I plan on blowing out more sweatpants asses in the future.
That's a good thing.
Thank you all for being crusaders for the Ambitchious movement. And like I always say, see you next Tuesday.
That was really fun.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.